Next, Iran has said it would continue to sell its oil despite expanded U.S. sanctions. In an interview, Iran's Foreign Minister Javad Zarif warned U.S. of consequences if it tried to block its oil trade. Details in this report.
After abandoning the multilateral nuclear deal with Iran, U.S. has been tightening the economic noose around the oil-rich nation. To isolate Tehran and undercut its powers across the Middle East, U.S. imposed crippling sanctions. It has announced to end waivers from sanctions for countries importing Iranian oil. The sanctions will affect Iran's biggest customers, including China, India, Japan, South Korea, and Turkey. In an interview, Iran's Foreign Minister Javad Zarif said that Iran will continue to sell oil despite U.S. sanctions.
We will continue to sell our oil. We've sold our oil. The oil markets need our oil, and we will find buyers to buy our oil. I think it is in the interest of the international community to show to the United States that it will not be able to rule by diktat, particularly when those diktats are against international law.
Foreign Minister Zarif said that U.S. President Donald Trump doesn't want war, but could be lured into conflict. He said that members of the Trump administration and some U.S. allies are seeking a confrontation with Iran.
Well, I've talked about the B team, which includes people who have publicly said that they were behind some of the decisions. Netanyahu publicly said that he suggested the designation of IRGC to Donald Trump. We've seen Ambassador Bolton pushing for certain policy.
Earlier, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said that the countries who don't comply with the sanctions will face consequences.
We will continue to enforce sanctions and monitor compliance. Any nation or entity interacting with Iran should do its diligence and err on the side of caution. The risks are simply not going to be worth the benefits.
Meanwhile, China and Turkey have criticized the U.S. move to stop them from buying oil from Iran. The two countries termed the decision as a violation of international law.